Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scentitar Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Benjamin, and I review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. So thank you so much for being here. If you're new to my channel, big hello to you. And if you're a subscriber, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Today we gotta talk about a fantastic summer fragrance, another summer option. The weather is definitely heating up, and we gotta talk about this fragrance. Not a lot of people talk about it, not a lot of people know about it. We got to give it some love. Let's talk about Tahitian Waters by the House of English Laundry. So first off, before we jump into the things, and just like in the order like we always like to do, the fragrance itself, the composition, then the projection longevity, then the complement factor, and lastly the price. We got to talk about the presentation just real quick. I always like English Laundry's presentation, and I do have to say Tahitian Waters is probably one of their best. You get this beautiful reflective bottle here, all silvery, all shiny, but still it's transparent. I love that. At a distance it looks like it's solid silver. Up close you can see through it. So I think that that is a wonderful thing. The box is solid. Overall it might not be a niche quality presentation, but it's fantastic overall. I do like it, and it opens up just like the coffin type presentation. It's embroidered inside. Fantastic. So overall, fantastic presentation. Let's jump into the juice. That's what you're here for today. This fragrance, you know what you're getting into if you're familiar with this fragrance, Tahitian Waters. It's a Virgin Island water clone, essentially. No doubt about it that this fragrance is a tropical fragrance. It's a summery fragrance. So you're going to get a little bit of citrus, a little bit of lime off the top. There's not a lot in this fragrance. This fragrance more closely resembles a Hawaii Volcano Intense by the House of Alexandria. It's a little bit more of the base notes, a little bit more of that soft sugar cane vibe, a little bit more of that coconut that almost goes a little powdery, but it's very light, it's very playful, it's kind of sweet, definitely on the tropical side of things. A wonderful fragrance, no doubt about it. Overall, I don't find this fragrance to be very complex, but still in the world of fragrances, especially to people who aren't into niche fragrances or just to the average person you might pass on the street, this fragrance is going to smell unique. Not many people know Virgin Island water or have smelled Virgin Island water like DNAs. So in the summer heat, this is still a fantastic fragrance. Of course, there are other options out there. St. Bart's by the House of Tommy Bahama is probably the cheapest option and maybe the easiest to go for in a lot of situations. Of course, we're going to talk about the price and availability later on. Let's talk about the projection longevity. This fragrance is a solid 6 to 8 hours performance. For a freshie, for a tropical fragrance, this is not only average, it's above average, so it's respectable. And no doubt about it, I get about, I don't know, arm's length for 30 minutes or so, and then it slowly dries down. It doesn't project the best, but its projection isn't terrible. It's probably average or slightly below average. So overall, solid performance, especially for a freshie, for a summer fragrance for the high heat. It's definitely respectable. And I looked up the concentration. This is a 20%. This is an EDP. So for a summer fragrance, this might be what you're looking for. With the complement factor, I did feel, even though this fragrance can survive the high heat and is fantastic in the high heat, I do feel just like Hawaii Volcano Intense, the intense version of that, I do feel like this is perhaps better for a summer night, or maybe when it's closer to the 80 degrees. Because it's a little bit more sweet, it's a little bit more tropical, it just, I think, feels a little bit better and does a little bit better in those cool, calm situations instead of the high heat. I reach for stuff like Bulgari's Aqua and other kind of salty, more citrusy fragrances when I'm dealing with the high heat, 90 plus, getting close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So fantastic fragrance, no doubt about it. With the compliment factor, it definitely gets me positive attention, no doubt about it. And I really appreciate this fragrance for the compliment factor and how it gets noticed in a really positive way. This is definitely one of my more complimented fragrances. Gets me more notice than St. Bart's does. And probably is similar in compliment factor to Hawaii Volcano Intense. But overall, Fantastic. So with the price, this fragrance is kind of iffy. You can still find it sometimes if you're lucky at places like Marshall's and TJ Maxx's and other physical store discounters in the USA, especially if you're lucky. But this fragrance has seemed to be discontinued. The supply has seemed to dry up. You can't. It's hard to find this fragrance for $40 or less on eBay or so. There's people already charging about $80 or so for a full-size bottle. So is it worth its? Is it a value? Is it worth that kind of money? I would say no. I would say St. Bart's for the $20, $25 or less is definitely a much better value for money. I do like the smell better. I think it's a step up from St. Bart's with the performance and the quality of the fragrance. I do think that Alexandria is probably the way to go. I'm not sponsored by them and I'm not paid by them. You can get a full-size bottle value for money. This is probably a little bit more expensive, but you probably get just as much longevity but better projection, and the smell is better quality, and it's more easily available probably to just about everybody out there. So I'll be doing an individual review of that fragrance. Overall, if you can find this for $30 or below, especially if you find it for like $15, like some of those killer deals out there, you'll be banging on a budget. You'll be smelling fantastic for the summer. This is a beautiful tropical summer fragrance, but it's a little bit more mellow and sweet. Again, I'm happy that I picked this up before the supply dried up. So let me know if you know where to find this fragrance, if it's still accessible to you, if you like this fragrance. Let me know what kind of tropical fragrance, what kind of pina colada or pineapple fragrances you'll be rocking. Of course, Aventus is out there, but let me know what you'll be rocking this summer, what you like, if you like tropical fragrances at all. I definitely love a summer vacation in a bottle type of fragrance. And of course, there's Gorse out there. That's a fragrance you could check out. A little bit more on the floral side, but fantastic fragrance. If I was to give this fragrance a final rating, I think that I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's a fantastic fragrance for what it does. It's a really good cheapie. Especially back in the day when you could get this for about 25 or below. It still is a fantastic fragrance, and I still really enjoy it. And for that, I have to respect it. The compliment factor is there. Then the performance is definitely there too. Again, not the most natural, but still very enjoyable. So thank y'all so much for being here today. If you're new to my channel, especially, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on an episode. Hitting that notification bell gets you notified whenever I upload a video, so you're always, you hit the video right when it comes out, and you just don't miss out. So thank y'all for being here today. Thank y'all for supporting me at the Scentitar Fragrance channel. Y'all are fantastic. Y'all make this channel a success. I'm here for you, as always. So let me know what you're thinking, what you're wearing, your scent of the day, what you thought of the review, if you like this kind of fragrance, how it sounded, because this is definitely an enjoyable fragrance. Thank y'all so much for being here, as always, and don't forget to wear what you love. And I'll see you next time. This has been the Scentitar Fragrance channel. Peace out.